Hi there. Today I'm just going to talk briefly about how to set requirements within a module so that the students actually have to complete items in sequential order to sort of control the environment a little bit. And so my scenario for this is using a course expectation module. So at the start of every course, whether it's an online or even a face-to-face, this might be a great way to avoid doing the three-page document first day going over with the kids where they're kind of glazed over and they're not paying attention and perhaps they're not reading the details, and then we teachers get frustrated as the year goes on because we thought we did such a great job making this three-page document and the kids ignored it. So maybe this is a new way to sort of engage them and break up that document. So what we wanted to do was take that document and then break it into pages. So essentially, I took a three-page document from an online health course, and then I started to break it off into pages. And then in theory, the kids can just click next, and now they're going to the next chunk of information, or what would have been the second page of this document, and clumping it into these important sections of information. Then maybe there's some external tools that you're going to be using in your course and you want to get them signed up. You want them to know what the tools are. You can create a little tutorial for them to go through so that they have to sign up and be ready to use this tool. Maybe you provide a discussion board that's an FAQ center. So as the year goes on, if kids have questions about projects, things going on, this is a center where they can go so that not only you can respond, but wouldn't it be great to potentially give extra credit or help them collaborate with classmates? And now they'd be able to kind of talk with one another and answer each other's questions in case you're not available. And so as they move through those modules, it would end with an orientation quiz. And the 7-question quiz is all of the pet peeves or those things that I'm highlighting from the last 3 screens. And so they have to end by taking this auto-graded quiz to be able to prove to me that they read the information and they know what we're going to be doing in class. And then I used to have parents sign a sheet at the end saying that they read it. Well, what if I just put a true and false question at the end saying my parents and I have read the coursework and know what is expected of me in terms of coursework and technology in order to complete all assignments, or whatever verbiage you want to use. And then what we can do now is we can set requirements so that the kids have to go through those pages in sequential order and have to get 100 on this quiz before they can unlock the rest of the information or our homework for the next week or that evening. So it's just a nice way, I think, to kind of digitally engage the students instead of, what we typically have done, which is give the 3 pages, have the parents sign the last page, and maybe they bring it in, maybe they never signed it, maybe they never even read it. So it helps us control that environment a little bit. So let's talk now that we've gone through it on how we can set those requirements to force the kids to go through that. So once you have the module set and you have all of those items there and published, go up to the 3 dots and hit edit, and now you can add requirements, and you can tell that the students must complete all of these requirements, and I can additionally check this box to say I want them to do it in a particular order. And now I'm going to set that order. So it's got the first item in the module, and you can kind of sort of see side by side here. It has that introduction to course, and I have options when it's a page. When it's a page, I could just say view the page is enough. I could force them to check a box on the top right saying it's done. Or if I had it as an editable page, maybe I had a spreadsheet on there and I wanted them to contribute data to it, I could mark that. I'm just going to say that view it is enough. And then after they view it, I'm going to say, okay, I want them to look at that netiquette. So now I'm going to have to drop down to netiquette. And again, I kept those options. I'm just going to say, as long as they view it, I'm happy. Same with my next one, which is sign up for Cami. And again, just view it. Now, if you did have other items, like if you had an assignment in between you wanted, just be aware that on this drop down, they subdivide by the type of item it is: page, discussion, quiz, assignment. So just be aware you might have to adjust that. So make sure you can kind of see the module so that you know which item to pick in the right order. So after Netiquette, I want them to look at sign up for Cami, and then I'm going to add another requirement. Now, I don't need them to do the help desk, but I would like them to at least view it to know that it's an option for them. And finally, I'm going to add the quiz. But now that it's a quiz, you're going to see different options. View it might be enough. Maybe it's just an optional survey. I could just make them submit it, and I don't care what score. But I'm going to say no. I want to know that you read those pages and you're able to answer all of those questions, and you can retake that quiz as many times as possible. So now that I have all of those items with all of those requirements, update the module, right? It's just saying that I've changed it and it's an active course, so it might mess things up, but this is a demo, so that doesn't matter for us. And then in theory, if I wanted to test that and see what it looked like, I could go to Student View, go to Modules, and now what you'll notice is they have these circles here. And if I tried to go out of order, it won't let me click on it until I've gone and viewed this page. And then if a kid reads this page and has to go away, when they come back to modules, they'll now see a check mark, and now they can click on the next one. They have functionality at the bottom of the page here to click next to go to the next one as well. Then they have to look at these tutorials and read through them. I'm not mandating that they actually watch them. It's sort of the honor system in that regard. They won't be able to complete their assignments, and when they struggle, I can refer them back to this page as well. So it's not foolproof in those regards. I know sometimes we look for the Fort Knox of everything, but there is a little bit of onus on the student there. I want them to at least see that there's a help desk where they could reply and ask questions and then reply back to each other. And then finally, they'll go ahead and move through this quiz. And then if they don't get that perfect score, they will not be able to move on to the next module. So it's great for online courses, but it might just be nice for the start of any face-to-face course. So something new, something to think about. And I really like how it provides those check marks, which it only does if you set requirements within a module. So I hope you found that helpful, and I hope you try something new for next year. Thanks.